So yeah, it's basically like a rule. Like if you're a black male, you have to have no hair on your fucking head. You gotta have black hair, and you gotta dress like all the other ones. You know, because if you think about it, at least I go out the street. I notice they all look the same. They all wear the same shit, same type of clothes, same type of shoes. Listen to the same music, even do the same things, same activities, play basketball, or maybe football, if ever anything different from basketball, and that's it. And like have the same hair. I just don't believe that life is really supposed to be like that. I mean, think about it. Every race is different. Every race does different things, but black African American males are the only ones that just don't do anything outside the box. So I don't know. I mean, I just think that I understand that the hairstyle is wild and different. No one has done it, and now here's a guy that does it. But I don't get it. Is it really that fucking crazy? Is it really that big of a deal? I must look like a real fool, and maybe I just don't know it. But I just kind of think like, I don't know. I mean, this is a result of not doing different things, not being more adventurous, and not exploring different things in life. So when they all listen to the same music and do the same shit, play the same sports, wear the same kind of clothes, same kind of shoes, and even have the same hairstyles, like just waves and that's it, then they're only going to stay that way. When someone finally jumps outside the box and whatnot and does their own thing, it's like fucking weird and gay to them, pretty much. So I think about it and I realize, you know, it's like these blacks are racist against me. And let me repeat, you know, it's only blacks because I have to say it like this. I've been around so many Mexicans. There's a lot of Mexicans here. It's Texas, so, you know, there's a lot of Mexicans here. And I've even been in a city that was like high class, like big buildings, whatnot. I don't know how else to really explain it. Just a lot of nice looking stuff. There's whites down there, and I've been around all them. Never have I gotten a bad comment from them. Even if they could tell the truth and just say, hey, I think your hair would look better if it was short, I've never gotten any disrespect from any non-black person whatsoever, at all. I've been around a lot of them. I go outside all the time. All the time. You know, I can't even stay inside the house. I go outside like every week without a doubt, if not every day. I've never, ever, ever gotten any bad looks. No, I've gotten one bad look. There was one white guy. I got one bad look from him. That was it. But besides that one guy, I counted him. Besides him, I've never gotten any, like, even bad body language from any whites or any Mexicans at all. I've gotten stares and looks, yes, but not any type of bad facial expressions, bad comments, or bad body language. Anytime I'm ever around blacks, I've mostly been getting bad body language, bad faces, and just, you know, just disrespectful kind of feedback from them, however way possible, and especially comments too. Whenever they would ask me about my hair, I've gotten these, I can just read their minds. I've gotten these just horrible facial expressions, like as if I'm crazy or something, you know, for being different as usual. It's like these, it's like, I feel like I'm like a black person back in the 1930s or something, walking in a white neighborhood or something, and people are looking at me like I'm fucking crazy for being different. Like people, I don't know, hate me because I'm fucking different from the way they are. Except ironically, this is within my own fucking race. I can't believe how pathetic that is. I'm talking about a race, the black race, the race that complains the most about any type of racism, even when there's not racism, complains the most about all this shit, about people thinking that people are after them or out to kill them or always, you know, against them. Yet, within my own damn race, I can't even be a different black male and have a different hair color without getting looked down upon, you know, without someone accusing me of being gay. That's fucking retarded. I mean, that is very hypocritical, prejudiced, whatever word, I don't fucking know. I like to say that people were racist against me. My own race is racist against me because I have blonde hair. I like to say that because to me it just feels better. It makes better sense to me. So, I don't even have any problems with my own race at all. Not at all. But I'm not going to keep my mouth shut on this. I know this is real and I know it's true. I got to admit this. It's sad that some people don't want to admit things because they just have too much heart to their own race or something, or their own family, that they just don't want to speak up. It's retarded. You'll never fix the problem if you never let anybody know. So, I'd like to kind of speak up about this. And yes, this is a racial problem. This is not just an anything problem. It's literally only a black person will look down on me for having a different hair color rather than a white person. Less likely will a Mexican ever, judge me in a horrible way. So that's just how it is. The reason why it's like that, it's not because they're black colored people. No, nobody ever thinks that way. It's because a race has its own culture. So, and usually a race will have its own culture because by race they'll do things differently because maybe mentally their mind is slightly different. Just like girls and guys are practically the same in my opinion, but mentally their minds are slightly different just to kind of angle it, and make the two go their own way pretty much. And that's what I believe. And obviously our bodies are physically different. So, and then there's the past things that have happened. I, without a doubt, am sure that the black American race is going to be different and judge things differently than any other race in America. Just like the Asian race will judge things differently. I mean, they come from their own country, Asians. If they come from their own country and people from India come from their own country, why would they judge things the same way? They're different people. It wouldn't even make sense. So, it will be a result coming from race. As for why, the judgment will most likely be different. Well, this different kind of judgment of me being accused of being gay because I have blonde hair, or just, people thinking that I look like a fool or I'm stupid or whatever because I have blonde hair and because I have beads in my hair, especially now, is most likely going to come, me being a black male too especially, is most likely going to come from, that type of judgment will come from my own race, more than likely. Somehow they live in this type of culture, including my own family too, where they're so fucking strict about homosexuality. I don't know where that comes from. Maybe it's religion, because I noticed a lot of blacks are definitely deeper in religion than most races I've ever seen. I've only seen one black atheist person in my life, and he was in religion at first, and then got out of it later when he started to think more about it and whatnot. So I think there's, religion could have an impact on it. And something about our race causes us to be very strict to what we're being learned. Notice how we're very strict with our own race. We're closer to our own race than anything. Even Mexicans love Mexican music and Mexican food, but they can never be, more selfish with their own race more than blacks are. We are literally like close to our own race. Yes, we have our little crimes on our own race. I mean, everybody does. It's inevitable, I mean, when you're holding a gun, you don't care who it's aimed at too much. If you're dealing with money and food and shit, and your life sucks anyway, why the hell would you, care what you where the bullet's gonna go? I mean, you hardly even put your family first before you ever use a gun, and get in a gang and all this shit. People who do that are not gonna care what race they kill, but they will probably have less of a heart towards others. It all depends. And I think anyway, with us being so strict on that type of thing, like homosexuality is one of them, it causes a lot of them not to be so free, especially males. I mean, black females are free to kind of dye their hair at least, different colors, mostly certain colors like red and blonde, and that's usually all I see. And then brown too sometimes. And they always straighten their hair, but you just can't be a black male to do so, pretty much. It's everything a black male sees. I've noticed this by proof, by the things I've seen. They think everything's gay. Everything. I mean, I don't even know how to really bring up a story to describe it too much. I mean, I remember one time, I was watching Family Guy with a couple other blacks, and, they were my sister's friends and whatnot. So, anyway, we were watching Family Guy, and they were seeing the characters do crazy shit. I mean, Family Guy's Family Guy. If you know it well enough, you're always going to see different stuff. One of those things is sometimes gay jokes. They utilize that. I mean, they use jokes with everything. Race jokes, what do you call it? Retardation jokes, or whatever you say. All kinds of jokes, alien jokes. Family Guys have everything. So, they have a couple of gay jokes, And every time they see it, they take it so fucking seriously. Like, oh dang, so I guess Stewie is gay then, huh? I'm like, come on, relax. It's a gay joke. Relax. It's a fucking cartoon. They're hardly laughing at it, and maybe a couple of chuckles, but it seems like they really take it so seriously when it comes to the gay jokes. Like, the characters really must be gay, even if they're married to women or whatever, because of that one scene in which it's supposed to be meant for making people laugh, not to be taken seriously, even though it is a fucking cartoon anyway. But apparently that's the mind of most of the people I've been seeing. So I think this has a lot to do with my hair. I remember I would ride my bike with this hairstyle. This happened like a couple of weeks ago. I was going up to the pool and I was riding my bike. I already knew what to expect. Every time I see a black person, I already know I'm gonna hear something. And I ride by, and then I hear one of the motherfuckers. They're staring at me, and then I ride by them, and as soon as I ride by these guys, they're like, "What the fuck?" out loud, and they're talking to me because I see them looking at me, and it just it's just like so annoying because it's like you might say, "Well, ignore it," but the one thing that strikes me, I can ignore some things, but the problem is when I ignore it, but I can hear everything. I can hear like the bad judgment come at me, or just somebody giving me a bad comment or whatever. So basically my point is like I noticed there's a lot of these people who will say something about my hair, but then they talk so loud so I can hear them. Like how ignorant. They not only want to talk about me in a bad way with their own friends, but then they talk loudly, not giving a shit if I hear them and whatnot. And that's really annoying because it happens every time I walk by a group of these people, a group of them. So usually when they're with their friends and all that, they feel more confident and maybe more, I'm going to make up this word, jokative or whatever, to have a little fun and make fun of someone who rides by, especially this black guy with blonde hair. So it's really annoying. I go to the pool and there's groups of people staring at me, and I can hear their words just talking out loud about my hair and everything, and it's just like really annoying. I don't get why they do this. Why do they have to be so ignorant? Okay, yeah, you'll make fun of me, and it's new, you didn't know, but man, do you have to say things so loudly so that I can hear you? And these are not even good comments either. These are not good comments at all. So yeah, I gotta repeat this again. There's a reason for it. It's all of these people that have been doing all these things. These are only blacks that do this to me. It's only been blacks. Now, I should speak of the one white guy that I saw. I remember there was one white guy that walked by me, and I guess he saw my hair. He was looking at me. I look at all these people. I look at their eyes and everything, and I saw his facial expression, probably judging by his mouth a little bit. And he was just, I think it just sounded like, I can't describe the expression, but the words that transferred to my head was like, what is this guy thinking? Or something like that. So it just, he definitely didn't appreciate my hair at all. I can tell. So yeah, I think he thought I was an idiot. I can tell by his facial expression it was not positive at all, So that was one guy that was a non-black that I have received negative information about my hair. I expected that, of course. I mean, well, not really, honestly. Not to sound like an a-hole, but I really didn't think any non-black would ever give me a bad expression. I trusted that would be the case. But it doesn't surprise me that one person did. It's pretty kind of shocking, though, that it's, only one person. Just only one person. I hate to separate it by race, but I have to, because there's a reason for all of it. It comes from culture, and things like that. So we would know specifically of what the problem is if we have specific details. And racially, blacks are racist against me for my different hair. Of course not literally. But man, I get some horrible ass fucking criticism from them, and it's rude too. It's rude as fuck. I'm telling you, like groups of younger kids groups of young kids up to my age, from high school up to my age, I will have, they talk out loud every time they see me, and I'll have horrible criticism. I have my hair gets so much attention. I've seen a couple of girls walk through the street while I'm talking to some guy on the sidewalk, and they're asking me about my hair. 2 black girls, that doesn't surprise me. And they're like, "Hey, are those beads?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then they look away and they start laughing and everything. So I don't know if it's a truly a bad sign if they're laughing, but I mean, you wouldn't laugh unless you're laughing at the person. So I assume that they're laughing at me because they think I'm a fool. I wouldn't think that they're laughing because, oh, he's cute, that wouldn't be the case. That's unreal. So, they most likely, not that it's 100% true, but I'm guessing most likely they think I'm a fool too. When they ask me about my hair, then they turn around and start giggling and shit about it. So I assume that, and they laugh out loud too. They don't care if I hear them laughing. And that's just what gets me. How are these people so fucking ignorant? That is insanity. You just don't care about what someone thinks you do, even if it's directed at them. That's fucking insanity. I can't live in a world like that. So, yeah. That's about all I got to really mention on that. I've had many situations about my hair, bad situations. I just can't remember them at the top of my head. But there were so many. From the time when I was obviously 15, when I had first dyed my hair, especially up till now when I have these beads in my hair now. So, oh my God, my aunts. I remember I just came back from, a week ago, I just came back from vacation in Memphis, Tennessee to see the rest of my family and whatnot. Not much of a family to see, but it was a very, very awesome experience. I loved it. It was a perfect experience. Very, very, very awesome. I just didn't think it would be exciting to see the rest of my family. I just didn't think, I thought to myself, I can't relate to any of them. I'm too different from them, and they're all probably, some of them are probably old and blah, blah, blah. But no, it was a lot better than I expected, I expected a lot of them to look down on me for my hair too, but it was really just one fucking person. And that's surprising to me, My whole family's black, so, and it's in Memphis, Tennessee, so it surprised me that it was just one person in the family that really went crazy on my hair. No, it was 2 people. 2 people. Okay, so anyways, I go down there, and it was my aunt. God, she hates my fucking hair. She thinks my smile is cute, but she hates my fucking hair. I mean, she's just like, making true hardcore jokes. Not jokes about it, but like kind of in a laughing manner, though. But she's serious. She's like, you got to cut that shit off. Blah, blah, blah. You can't do this. You can't do that. Blah, blah, blah. It's just, it's too much. Too much. It pisses me off. It's like, let me do what I want to do. Okay? Okay, just tell me that you don't like my fucking hair. But don't, go on and on about it and tell me to get rid of it. I'm 21 years old. God. So anyway, there was another woman that obviously was saying the same thing, and she finally went positive after a fucking while. But in the beginning, when she saw my hair and I showed her, it was another woman. I guess she was another one of my aunts. I hardly remember half of the people in my family. So, yeah, she was like, "Oh, you got to cut that off. Come here, I got some scissors over here. Let's cut it off." Blah blah blah. So yeah, so obviously she definitely doesn't like it. But then after a while, after freaking like going hardcore on me about getting rid of it or cutting it off with scissors and whatnot, she was like, "But it's okay. You doing your thing. I see you. Blah blah blah. Yeah, you be yourself." And blah blah blah. See, some people can't forget that it's a lot better to be your fucking self and be unique. At the end of the day, you do what the fuck you want to do, especially if you're, sometimes I don't think the age matters, but if you got to listen to your parents at a young age, I guess you have to. But if you're an adult, you got to do what you want to do. I mean, at that point, you're smarter at the very least. To me, you're always smart, but at that point, you're more of a leader, I guess. You're more of a leader. You have to do what you want, or else if you don't, you have no point in living, because you can't be happy doing what you don't want to do. So the point is to do what you want to do, at least if it's helpful to you and or your family. So Yeah, so I heard her on that, but I didn't give a shit about what she was saying at first about cutting it with scissors. So some people do know at the end of the day you have to be unique. You gotta do what you want, and I've never forgotten about that. Nobody ever had to tell me that anyway. At age 15, I dyed my hair. It's not like a new record in this world, but I mean, like, that's a pretty young age to do something that you want to do. Dye your own hair. Being a black male to do that at age 15 is pretty big to me. I think so, because I mean, again, I was the only one, and hell, I was the only black male in all of my years of school with blonde hair. I remember there was in high school on the wrestling team, there was a black male. He decided to say, hey, I'm gonna get blonde hair too. He had a blonde mohawk, but then he got rid of it afterwards. I was like, that shit is doing you a lot of good. It looks fucking fabulous. But then he got rid of it. So now he has short black hair. Just looks so fucking ordinary. Doesn't look that bad. He's not an ugly guy at all. But, I mean, I just thought he looked so much better with the blonde mohawk. God. But people always want to get rid of it. They just can't keep it, huh? Can't keep their hair, somehow. Maybe it's within the African culture that we like to cut our hair so much. I don't know. Anyway, and then I remember there was one other guy that tried to get blonde hair, but I guess he didn't do it right. He must have done it his own self. He was the first black guy I had ever seen in high school with lip piercings. I thought, man, those lip piercings look good. I envy any black male who gets lip piercings. But I'm pretty sure they think that's gay too, so they most likely won't do it. So this is a perfect opportunity for a black male to do something different and be the only black male doing it. Such as dye your hair, get lip piercings, stuff like that. You'd be the only one. Makes you more fucking special. If you think you're special, you should not look the same as anybody else. So, that was about it. His hair, the guy with lip piercings, his hair turned out brown. He wanted it to be, I think he wanted it to be blonde, because I've messed up before when trying to dye my own hair, and it turned out brown because there was a couple things I didn't know. I didn't actually bleach it. I just tried to color over it, I guess, if that's how they call it. So, and other than that, that was it. That was in high school in Philadelphia after a while. And these guys did this way after I had already had my hair all set up with blonde and straightened and whatnot. So, yeah. But anywhere below high school, especially, no, below, when I got in Philadelphia when I was 16, so 15 and younger, I had never seen another black guy in real life with colored hair whatsoever. Yeah, wait, let me think. Oh, wait, no, I remember in Harker Heights, Killeen, Texas, I think that's where it was at. I was 15. There was one guy, he wasn't in my school, though, but he was an older guy. Came in with, red, purple here, red in the back, I think, and blonde on the side. Kind of different. It was really good looking. Short hair, but it was awesome. He was rocking it. He looked full black. I thought, this guy looks great. I just don't get it. Why don't they do that? They look good doing it, so why don't they fucking do it? Wow, just because of the thought of being gay. I just don't understand it. That's insane. So because a lot of people are afraid of being, told to be gay, I guess that's the reason why they don't do it. Maybe I understand a little bit, because I can say one thing. Only from black people, I've gotten horrible criticism, at least here with these beats. Not with my regular blonde hair, just very few with my blonde hair. But with these beats, I've gotten horrible looks and everything. So maybe a black male would not want to do, put beats in his hair, at least not yellow ones. And not if your hair is as short as mine. Mine's too short. I think it would have looked a lot better if my hair was a lot longer. But, yeah. But blonde hair is just, no, it's not a problem. You should be able to fight through the little tiny bits of asshole people, people who are stupid and have no life and are ugly as shit that give you bad criticism. It's just a couple at the very least. When I had blonde hair, it was a couple of ugly-ass fucking girls that asked me if I was gay or said that I was gay or something as a way of making fun of me. That doesn't kill me. It's frustrating because, nobody wants to be spoken to like that, but it's if you could still look good and rock it, you'll have a lot of fucking friends. I had a lot of people wanted to talk to me when they didn't know me and asked me about my hair. So it was a very positive thing. I love that type of experience. Just not the fucking dicks that like to make fun of you, obviously, for your hair, or think that you're gay automatically. Hey, but the good thing is it's only blacks anyway. No offense, but hey, at least only one good portion of the human race will actually look down on you for your hair. If you're a black male, only blacks will look down on you. So you're in luck. If you like everybody, you're in luck. So yeah, no offense to blacks. There are many blacks that I've seen, well, few really, that I've seen will actually do different things, and usually they turn out to be females that will have like different hair and all that type of stuff, and they'll be okay with seeing a guy like me with blonde hair. I love those people. I love those people. I just don't like the people that I guess expect a guy to look so ordinary, and like to really judge instantly in a very rude way, to think that he's gay and make fun of him like that. I hate people like that. So it's just those people that I hate. People that do that. And they can be anything. Any type of person. So yeah. Okay, so anyway, this is the hat I was talking about. This is what it looks like whenever I put it on. Just like that. So I usually I usually go every day wearing it like this, pretty much. So I don't want to expose too much of my hair out in public. I'm in a neighborhood full of blacks and Mexicans. No offense, but it's just the truth. If I'm in a neighborhood full of blacks and Mexicans, it's not the best idea to go with the full head of beads showing out to everyone, me being a black male. So, and that's just how it is, only in this part of America. The ghetto parts of America, or just low class parts of America, it's truly like this. I can't lie to you. So that's just how it is. So yeah, I kind of like it better with the hat on. I feel like it helps me to redeem a little bit. The beads, to do this took too much time. It took 4 long days to get it done. It's a lot of beads, which I didn't really know. I thought it was just a normal amount, the right amount of beads that people would normally put it in. But I realized with how long it took, I thought to myself, yeah, this is a lot of beads, because a lot of people, they can't spend 4 days doing this. I see a lot of girls with this, like a lot of young black girls with this. They don't have this many beads in their hair, so I never really knew that at the time. When I saw it, I just thought, okay, I want my hair to be like that. And then I saw one black guy at Walmart that had his hair like this, but his hair was longer, and he must not have had this many beads. So it was because the whole thing was beaded up too, and the difference was that he looked more normal than I do right now. He looked a lot more normal because his beads weren't yellow. His hair was black, and his beads were they were white and black, I think white and black, or white and clear beads, or no, black and clear beads. I'm sorry. So he had black hair, regular black hair, longer than mine's, and black and clear beads. So he looked more normal, a lot better than the typical average ordinary looking black male that I usually see. No offense, but he looked a lot better because he looked cooler. That's the best word I can give him. Cooler. The style just looked really awesome looking, and that really inspired me when I saw it. Actually, I saw that like a couple months ago. That's when it really mostly pushed me into wanting this. So now I realize my hair is a bit too short, and maybe I just did it wrong. I don't know. And or also maybe the yellow colored beads is probably the bad idea. So a couple of people have called me Bumblebee lately, so I don't mind that name. So yeah, that's all I have to say for now. I appreciate you listening to me, and be yourself, be unique, obviously. Do what you want to do. I did it, and I'm only a start of the future. There will be more in the future. Be a part of that group. Be a part of that more who wanted to do what they wanted to do with their appearance and everything. So, I mean, do we want people who criticize us the wrong way? No, fuck them. Fuck those people. So who cares about their criticism? Obviously, their criticism doesn't matter because they're bitches. We don't like them anyway, so fuck them. They can go to hell. So, do what you want. See ya.